Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the LCS catchweight at 160 pounds, brought to you by Bianco & Company and Russell's Automotive. Introducing first, fighting out of the McCance Auto Center, blue corner. This wrestler stands 6'6", weighing in 158 pounds. He holds an amateur record, 0 wins, only 1 defeat, training independently. In fighting out of Chadron, Nebraska, Joe McCance. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the GNC red corner, is a mixed martial artist standing 6 foot tall, weighed in 162.6 pounds. He holds an amateur record, 1 win, 3 defeats, training independently and fighting out of Scottsbluff, Nebraska, Mark McLovin Montague. Your referee is Alan John.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Bentley back with Alex Dalling. We are here at LCS 27. We are on bout number 4 of the evening. Mark Montague, the hometown boy, McLovin versus Joe McCance. Let's get this thing started. Right away, McCance is trying to use that jab, use that reach advantage that he holds over Mark Montague. Mark Montague pushing forward, though, owning the center of the cage.
You know, so when we talked to Mark, he said, told us that we need to say nice things about him.
He did say that. He did say that.
So I don't know if that means we're not allowed to say mean things about him or if we just have to say nice things.
Well, I will say this, and I think it's kind-hearted, is Mark Montague so far this evening, to me, is in the running for the best ring name of the evening with McLovin.
There you go. That's something.
He's got McCance pushed up against the cage here. McCance using that overhook and wrist control to try and defend the takedown. I'd really like to see McCance use that right arm and swim for the underhook, start to pummel, instead of using the overhook to try and defend this takedown.
30 blocks, Mark, 30 blocks.
I can hear Montague's coaches asking for dirty boxing against the fence here. And I would say I'd like to see him get busier if he doesn't intend on going for the takedown here. I'd like to see some knees. I'd like to see to both the leg and body and start using that right hand a little more. Uppercuts and short elbows, I think, would benefit Montague greatly here.
McCance seems to be trying to throw off his balance there.
Leg out, Mark. Leg out.
Not a lot of activity going on against the fence here. Good head position and good head control by Mark Montague.
You know, it doesn't look like much is happening, but that doesn't mean it's not. They sure seem to be grinding it out there.
Oh no, this position is absolutely, it wears on you. It wears on you. You know, for both Montague and McCance here. McCance is having to carry the weight of Montague against the fence. Montague is looking to either start to work that dirty boxing in those strikes.
Good knees to the leg.
Or to get that takedown and get the finish. We got 45 seconds left. Montague seems to be picking up with those knees to the leg. I'd like to see a little bit more of it, and I'd like to see that right elbow get involved here. Some short elbows against the fence would really change the position for McCance.
Foot stop. Foot stop. Foot stop, Mark.
And more knees to the leg.
It's exactly what we need to see out of Montague. And it's going to affect the base and the balance and the position for McCance. If he continues to work those dirty strikes against the fence, it's going to be easier if Montague does decide to change levels and go for the double head and arm throw by McCance to finish the round. Montague doing a good job of controlling position and working the guard to hold McCance down, as we will see both fighters head into round number two.
Once again, this fight is brought to you by Bianco & Company and Russell's Automotive.
So, Alex, give me your opinion here. We're at the end of round 1. We are heading into round number 2. Obviously, there was a lot of action going on up against the fence there. How would you score that first round heading into round number 2?
9-10 Montague.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Montague takes around 10-9 for sure. I thought he was a little more aggressive with this striking, and he was aggressive against the fence. He finally got busy towards the end of the round, started to use those knees efficiently. If he's going to contest this bout against the fence, I would like to see more of that. I would like to see him use that right elbow or the free elbow, start working some short elbows, work that short elbow game, or go for the takedown. put McCance on his back. Let's see what he does. For McCance, I would say he needs to use that range. He needs to be, not so gun shy. Let those long arms go. I mean, the guy has spears for arms, and he needs to let them go if he's going to set Montague on a different course or heading to round number 2. All right, here we go, guys. Touch of the gloves. Montague in the center of the cage. McCance on the outside. McCance right away with that jab, but again, gun shy. You see, he's not really committing to his punches here. He needs to push forward. Every time he throws that jab, he's pulling his head backwards. It's taking the force, it's taking the weight and the power out of the punch. Montague sticks a nice jab. Overhand right by McCance.
McCance utilizing that reach advantage.
Yeah, he's looking for that overhand right, but he needs to do something to set it up. If he keeps his head behind his jab, I tell my fighters all the time, you need to keep your head behind the rifle. If he throws that jab straight down the center, that overhand right will be there, especially if you look at how low Montague carries that left hand on the outside. I mean, look at where his guard position is now. If McCance was to stay behind that jab and whip an overhand right and put something behind it, it could definitely change. See, and he's trying to do it there. It could definitely change the course of this fight so far.
Well, I think McCance is trying to stay here in the center of the cage. Doesn't want to get pressed up against the cage again.
But Montague's been the busier guy. And here we go. We got a rear naked choke attempt by Mark Montague. He's got one hook
that's
in.
Deep.
And that is the submission. And Nate Rogers,
that is
something I've been wanting to say since I started broadcasting. McLovin wins. McLovin wins. I think it's every sports broadcaster's dream to shout that sentence.
Well, hey, you know what? That being said, you got to say something nice about him, too.
That's correct.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Alan John, calls a stop to the fight. 1 minute, 28 seconds into the second round for your winner by tap out due to rear naked choke, Mark McLovin Montague. Mark, real quick, anything you'd like to say out here to everybody?
Thank you all.